I'm not a gambler. I don't gamble on anything. But anyways, you did a great job there. And it's a Monday. It's the 13th.
And how about this new lighting at the Mary Brown Center? We just got new lights put in here for the last homestand, and they've really made a big difference so far here. They're adding new stuff. Month by month, they brought in the new sound system. They got the new lights and everything.
Maybe next season we get a bottom to the score clock.
Yeah, they used to have a bottom.
Well, there was one.
Yeah.
There's a long story. I won't get into it, but it didn't turn out too well. But anyways, the bottom of it ended up somewhere, probably in Robin Hood Bay, which is a crying shame to say the least, but I mean, or at least fill it up anyways, right? You can get pucks up underneath there now. But listen, since Brent Mead took over this building as the manager of the Mary Brown Center, it's like night and day. And, you know, I am a little controversial at times, but we needed leadership like from Brent Mead, and we got it, and that's why this building has transformed itself into an absolutely great arena. I know it's 20-odd years old. We started right here with the baby, with the back of the day with the baby Leafs, moving in here in 2000, 2001. But yeah, they've done a lot of really, really nice things in here, Seth, and have made it feel like arenas that you'd go to in other cities, maybe in another country, in a National Hockey League rink. Smaller, of course, less capacity, but we've got the amenities that many of the big buildings have too, and so that's awesome. Will it be here forever? Well, the Q will be, the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League will be, but will we always play out of the Mary Brown Center? You never know. I mean, in this day and age, times are tight, but there were plans on building a new rink, but with all the amenities now here at the Mary Brown Center, this is a great rink and perfect for junior hockey. When you get about 6,500 in here nightly, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, the fan support has obviously been there, and the regiment have felt it during this postseason run and throughout this inaugural season, and it continues here tonight with 5,000 plus on a Monday. Can you believe that?
Well, that's what they're talking. So there's a few empty seats down toward the Zamboni entrance, but that's okay. But hey, for a Monday and the weekend just over, and people are families and schools just back in, and there's all kinds of different things going on as we try to get into spring weather-wise. We got a beautiful day here today. Absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of snow melting, so that's a good thing.
Well, the regiment get ready to take the ice after another breathtaking intro video by the duo of Ryan Mack and Mike Meany. We're oh so lucky to have the two of them.
And they're lucky to have you so they can focus in on you. You did a really, really cool video there too. That was awesome.
Well, there's a look at the big guy. I've said it so many times. If the regiment want to go on a run, he's going to have to be stellar. And oh boy, has he been stellar so far.
Yep. Well, I mean, let's face it, Seth. The game ended 5-3 in game 2, but if not for the spectacular net binding of Louis-Antoine Deneau in the first 2 periods of that game, the score would have been a lot higher than it was. So the Regiment are aware of that. They know they've had some good practices the last couple of days. They're dialed in here, and they're ready to play hockey, and let's hope that they deliver that here tonight. Going to be a tough task against a really skilled team. A team that you mentioned, one of the favorites. Chicoutimi and Moncton would argue that, maybe a little bit, and rightfully so. But they are amongst the top 5 and 6 teams, so, of the Newfoundland Regiment.
That's right, and you've said it, this series, to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Well, that's absolutely right, bud. You know, it's not my quote, but I mean, I heard it when I was younger, and it always stuck with me. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
And we got a special guest doing the Ode to Newfoundland and the Ode Canada. The Irish descendants are in the Mary Brown Center tonight to perform the anthems. What a real treat for round 2. So as we hear the starting lineup, I'll turn it over to Newfoundland and Labrador royalty, Chris Badstone and the Irish descendants.
Fans, please rise if you are able and welcome the Irish descendants for the performance of the Ode to Newfoundland and Ode Canada.
When some rays crown thy fine glad hills, and summer spreads her head, when silver voices to thy rills, we love thee, smiling glad. We love thee, we love thee, we love thee, smiling land. As loved our Father, so we love, where once they stood we stand. Their prayers we raise to heaven above, God guard thee, Newfoundland. God guard thee, God guard thee, God guard thee, Newfoundland. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, through patriot love, in all of us command. Partons bras, c'est pour t'aider, il s'est porté la croix. Dans l'histoire est une épopée, et de brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Well, how about that? That was absolutely awesome to start round 2 of the 2026 Gil Courteau playoffs at the Mary Brown Center. Game 1 and 2 ended in a split. Regiment took game 1, Armada took game 2, but now the only thing that matters is game 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's start with game 3. Who's going to take game 3 tonight at the Mary Brown Center? And let's meet the starting goaltenders for both teams. William Lassell getting his 7th start of the postseason. He's 5-1 so far with a 2.82 goals against average and 0.908 save percentage. And at the other side, the big guy, Louis-Antoine Deneau, his 9th start of the playoffs, 5-2-1, a 2.63 goals against average and a 909 save percentage. And Raj, the officials.
Tonight's officials, the referee is number 20, Jeff Hopkins. The other referee is number 4, Jonathan Langell. The linesman at number 55, Jay Doran, and number 58, Matt Hicks. Gentlemen, call a great game. Let the teams play hockey.
And we are underway at the Mary Brown Center for round 2 action as Justin Carbonneau backhands it just wide. Marek Danicek will block it and get it out. This is the first ever QMJHL second round game at the Mary Brown Center, as the St. John's Fog Devils got first rounded every year that they made the postseason. So this is history here tonight. Here's Zonin. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, you talk about the Fog Devils, and you're looking at...
Yeah, this is the Fog Devils that the Regiment are playing against.
Exactly.
So this adds a bit of extra fuel to the fire here, as it's Desjardins scored the first goal of the series for the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada. Mathieu up ahead to LaRose. Just escaped from him. Here's Golicic now. He's got it on the near side, gives it back across. Olivier Village sends it down, and it is going to be an icing call early against the Armada. 1:01 gone in the first period.
Well, it's absolutely fabulous to see all these people out on a first day of the week. Well, Sunday's the first day of the week, actually, but I mean, on a Monday, with school going back in. Were you back in school today?
Back in school today, yeah.
Anyways, I figured as much students are in us, a great crowd here tonight cheering on their young Newfoundland Regiment heroes.
Mathieu with the shot off the draw, got blocked. Comes back into Michaud now. Spinning back, throws it on goal, and it tipped off the skate of Justin LaRose. As Laberge gave that to Belanger, dumped back in. Michaud tried to lay the hit. Here's Genargeau to Lemieux. Lemieux brought it in, and an offsides call against the Armada.
Yep. 1:23 in here. Game 3 of the Jules Courteau playoffs. Round 2, best of 7. Series tied 1-1. Elsewhere tonight, the Videotron Center in Quebec City, the Rampart are hosting the Chicoutimi-Saguenay, and they trail that series 2-0.
Well, the Ramparts and Saguenay series, I mean, that has been such a great defensive matchup as both of those teams have incredible goaltenders. I think both games ended by a score of 3-1. So if you like defensive, technical hockey, that's the series for you to watch, of course, after the Regiment game tonight.
And give the Ramparts credit because Chicoutimi's been smoking people out all season long.
Absolutely. And the Armada take it up the other way. It's Nobert who lobs it to center. Icing waved off as Perron made an effort to play it. Here's Benjamin Gerard. He takes the hit, came out to Lavigne, who shot it just wide. Here's Blake Pilgrim-Edwards, works it over to Marmelac, just out of reach. Liam Arsenault digging in, he's going to win the foot race. Great hustle by Arsenault, brings Villeneuve to ground. As Nobert lost it, Pilgrim-Edwards will take it out to reset it here for Newfoundland. Here's Will Reynolds. Has a look, waits, and he waits out Beaulieu as he passes off for Dwyer. Backhanded it in. This fourth line has been playing like a first line in this postseason as they get another chance to work their magic here tonight. Ryan Dwyer off the boards. Lost to Lemieux. He'll swing it in. It hit the behind of Reynolds, and Deneau will face his first shot of the matchup.
Well, Louis gathers that in. I don't know whether it was going to be much danger for him, but he wants to feel the puck and hang on to it, and he does just that. 2:43 in, no score. Specialty teams so huge at this time of the year, and the Regiment sitting 4th in both power play and 5th in penalty killing. So their specialty teams have been very good for the most part.
Emil Perron gives that to Sharkey. Throws it rink wide, and here comes Marek Danacek. Danacek pumps the brakes, spins back around, and dumps it in deep for Gauguin. Tyson Gauguin out to the point for Emil Perron. Walking the blue line, stepping in and shooting in a big glove.
Who's first, second, third, or fourth? Un, deux, trois, quatre.
Yep.
For our bilingual listeners. And there are probably many there because we do have a lot of young francophones on our regiment team. So, je parle français un peu. Very little I speak French, but I try.
Well, it's the effort that matters.
I think so. And not just me, but for anybody.
As Village takes it up the other way, he'll backhand it in deep. Louis-Antoine Deneau came out of his net to swing it around, and that could have been bad there as it took a weird bounce. Here's Zonin with Carbonneau lurking in front. Zonin creeps to the front of the net, takes the shot. Big block by Emil Perron. I guess you could say he made the save there Big tip by Dawson Sharkey to avoid the icing as Filage stumbles a bit, catches his footing, and gives it up to Zanin. Now Desjardins dumping it in. Louis-Antoine Deneau corrals it and swings it there but not out. Bélanger now attempting to keep it in. Noah Laberge stepping up to grab the biscuit here. Moves it over to Bélanger. Bélanger zipping down the near side. Beauty move by Bélanger. He's in! The shot and it grazed the pad. What a great chance by Louis-Francois Bélanger, who seems he broke his stick as Villeneuve leads the charge. Now Génergeau with the shot. It went high and wide, a close call there.
Didn't miss by much.
Now Lemieux to the front of the net. Beautiful pass across. And another massive defensive play by the regiment as Dawson Sharkey, who's been out here for at least 2 minutes, making a big play on the boards. Here's Villeneuve now. Moves it over. Lavigne with Villeneuve gunning right to the front of the net. Just couldn't shake free of Noah Laberge. Now Alexis Mathieu. Big hit by Michaud there at the regiment blue line as it's passed back ahead to Villeneuve. Xavier Villeneuve swings this around. Deneau will stop it there for Alexis Mathieu in his own end. Back across to Noah Laberge, up ahead now to Dominic Palat. Pass to Lavigne, to Lemieux, and a D-to-D pass to Spencer Gill, who had an unbelievable game too for the Armada. Dumped into Lavigne, takes the hit from Mathieu, one of the leaders in hits in the QMJHL postseason. Let's move back to Lavigne. Now Marmelac getting through. Lemieux will just push it back to Arsenault, who absorbs the hit. Pins it up against the boards, and he'll dump it in deep. Here's Lemieux. Over to Nobert. Nobert will bring it back into his own end. He gave it across as the Armada worked the puck nicely in their own end. Lemieux gave it over, and nearly too many men on the ice there for the visitors. Now it's Blake Pilgrim-Edwards to Benjamin Girard. It's been a tight game of hockey so far.
Well, expect it to be.
As both teams
Heads
just
up.
feeling each other out, as we'll get a stoppage here as it goes up and out of play. And we're already at our first time out of the first period.
Yeah, it's well played so far. Just cruising right along. Shots are 3-1 Newfoundland. No score. No penalties called. Jeff Hopkins, Jonathan Langell, tonight's referees. Linesmen are Jim Doran and Matt Hicks. So far, so good. Let the teams play.
Well, the first cut of is the deepest in this matchup. Is whoever scores first in every game of this series has ended up winning the game. So if the regiment can get first blood here in this one, I think that they're going to win this hockey game. Face-off won at center by the Armada as it's Golicic who moves it over. Stepping in is Filage to dump the puck in. Came around for Beaulieu. Now Ryan Dwyer. Passes it out to Golicic. There's a shot blockered away by Deneau. As Ryan Dwyer moved it to Pilgrim-Edwards, who backhanded it out. Ben Vitch on this puck, but he is offsides as he takes the hit and the slash from Grenier. And this is going to draw a crowd here as both teams get into it. On the far side, right by the Armada bench, Vitch and Filage going at each other. Look at Pilgrim-Edwards in the mix, throwing some punches against Grenier. We'll see if there's any calls out of this pile here with 13:29 to go in a scoreless hockey game.
Well, it all started, the whistle blew, and there was a hit after the whistle, and that's going to happen from time to time, but both these teams, they don't want to give an inch, and so that's it. I think we're going to get coincidental roughing minors here. I thought they were just going to separate and let them play, but they're going to call ditch.
Now it's going to be
Beaulieu.
Pilgrim Edwards is
Or
going to be
I'm
coming over.
sorry, Blake Pilgrim Edwards, not Ben Bitch. My bad. Pardon me.
So our first calls of the game here. We went through, was that game 1 or game 2 where it was almost the first 2 periods there was no penalties? I think that was game 1.
Game 1. That
Yeah,
was the
that
best. That was the best officiating we've seen in the playoffs so far. Games that involved the Regiment.
Yeah, that was a really good game of
Jesse
hockey for
Gower
sure.
was one of the refs in that game. They did an outstanding job. They let the teams play. And they're letting them play here too.
Well, like I said, it's been a very tight game so far. Shots on goal just 3-2 through the first near 7 minutes as this is worked rink wide for Sharkey. Tried to give the return pass to Tyson Gauguin as Tyfer moves around, takes the hit from Gauguin. Danicek attempted to keep it in as
It's
Carbonneau
offside.
gave it to Zonin and offsides
Is it ever?
against the Armada.
Seth, I have to apologize. I was never good at doing color commentator, and I'm trying desperately. Jesse Sutton knows how to do color. He's really good in your absence when I was calling some games, so I apologize for some of my work over the year. I don't mean to overlap you or talk when you're talking. I should know better.
No,
You
no,
can't
it's okay. I mean, you're
teach-
trying your best.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, they say, but I don't know.
And you're getting some love from Section 108 there. The boys bought soldier hats for the game tonight. They're all sporting those with regiment stickers on it.
That's pretty cool. They're diehards.
Absolutely. Those are the bleacher creatures down there for sure. As Generjo moves it in for Lemieux, around for Mathieu, and ahead for LaRose, but just out of reach. Back on goal, Deneau is forced to cover.
Fans, be sure to grab your Regiment 50
So that would be
ticket
Bleacher
on the
Creatures
console or
2K?
5050.com. Our jackpot.
Because there is nobody like the Bleacher Creatures back at St. John's Memorial Stadium in the day in the senior hockey days. When I first landed in this wonderful province, coming down from Happy Valley Goose Bay after my first job in radio in '77, and going to work at CJON, the Super 93, which changed to Q Radio, and now I think it might still exist somewhere today. But anyways, those Bleacher Creatures, Seth, they were worth a goal every game.
Yeah, heard lots of stories about those guys.
Oh, the old
for
St.
sure.
John's Capitals.
Oh, yeah.
And the late, great Bill Riley just passed away not long ago in Amherst. Billy was, of course, the playing coach of the St. John's Capitals in 1986 when they went to the Eastern semifinal in the Allen Cup before they lost. But Bill Riley from Amherst, Nova Scotia, a great hockey-minded man.
And the Allen Cup coming to the Rock next week.
Yep.
Big hit by Mathieu. Now it's Zonin playing it out to Gill. Gill with the shot, redirected on net. The rebound is right there. A shot and a big save by Louis-Antoine Deneau to keep that puck out of the net. Here come the Regiment. It's Justin LaRose. He's in, and he put the shot. It was blocked. A nice effort from him. He saw the tiniest little space and tried to fit the puck through as Zonin brings it in. Zonin takes the hit from LaRose. Up to Michaud. Michaud throws it over to Noah Laberge, who takes it in. A bouncing puck on net, covered up by Lasselle.
I like it. I like the testiness. That's playoff hockey, baby, right there, right? You know, don't give an inch. You get rubbed out of the play, suck it up, get a number, and reciprocate a little later on. Especially if you're in the lead, you don't want to take a stupid penalty. But I love it when there's so much emotion involved, especially when there's some physicality and they're playing it smart.
Well, I said earlier that if you want to see some tight hockey, go watch the Chicoutimi and Quebec game. But, I mean, this has been tight hockey so far here, so you can just stay right here.
Absolutely. You know, this is going to be a great series. I mean, it's already a good series, tied at 1-1. Now it's best of 5. So that should turn it into great hockey. Whoever wants it the most is going to come out of it.
Here's Lavigne now, 11:10 to go in the first period. Lavigne Picks the puck up. Reynolds lays the hit. Pass down low to Goslin and collected by Maddox Marmalak. Flipping it out to center ice. High stick being waved off. Now it's Will Reynolds. Marmalak going right to the net. He gave it to him, but it was just out of reach. That one had some danger on it there as Arsenault turned and shot that one on net. Reynolds cutting back. Drops it off for LaBerge. LaBerge's shot leaks through, and it was cleared off the line at the last second.
Yep.
Noah LaBerge almost lit the lamp, and now it pops up in the air, and it's gloved down by LaSalle. So nearly.
Oh, that much.
That was close. We had a great view of it up here. Look at that.
Boy, I'll tell you what, there might have been a little bit just, no, not enough.
Woo.
Oh, my goodness.
You can hear the groans of all the fans watching the replay here.
Oh, yeah. It was almost Sharkinator-like
Yeah.
against Cape Breton. In that decisive victory on Easter Sunday afternoon. Well, Seth, they've said it many a time, any puck on the net's a good puck. Liam Arsenault, too, with a really smart play as he was heading to the bench. Knew he didn't really have many options, so he just let it fly at the net. He got through traffic, and LaSalle had to knock it down.
And he caught everybody out of position as well when he put that shot on net, so smart play from number 13. As it's Villeneuve moving it over to the other side for Collard. Norman to Emile Perron. Perron ahead to Dwyer, taps it off the boards. Gave it to Pilgrim Edwards, who swings it in. And it's passed back around the boards again. Lemieux lost it there on his feet as Genergeau moved it across. And here's a shot on net, glove down by Deneau. Genergeau right back on that one. A shot from Teifer. And another chance in front. Deneau making the big save. And now we got another tie-up down low behind the Regiment net with 10:02 to play in the first period.
Well, if the Armada think that they can get away with a couple little digs or pokes or hacks or whacks or whatever against the Regiment, especially around their goaltender, they've got another thing coming, because this team will not back down, and they will go right to you to show their unpopularity with ye.
And there's the money man.
Yeah, Purcell, spread something around then, baby.
He had one of the coolest jerseys I ever seen. The ice caps. Was it Sean Weller he was wearing?
He was wearing a Weller jersey.
That was unbelievable.
Another series. The old ice cap one.
Yeah, that was pretty cool for sure.
I think it was the Cabot Tower ice cap version, I believe.
Those were nice jerseys.
Yep.
Zonin gave that in front to stop the rebound. Deneau made the save and somehow kept it out of the net with some wizardry.
I love the testiness. Good stuff. Halfway home, 9:45 to go here in a scoreless opening period. Armada now with 9 shots, and Louis Antoine Deneau has been terrific. Big face-off win for Tyson Gogan.
Yeah, that was huge as they try to bust it out of their own end, but Carbonneau with the arid pass allows the Regiment to reset here. Takes it back into his own end as he gave it to Lemieux. And Lemieux gets going. He takes flight into the neutral zone. He passes it off to Desjardins, who flips it in. Deneau reaching out to grab it. Now around the boards it goes. Desjardins brought down, and the Regiment are going to go to the box for the first time here tonight as Carbonneau goes after Sharkey.
That's a tough penalty to take. I know you're emotional. Don't give these guys, don't wake up the, and I don't want to call them a sleeping giant because they're not, but the number one line so far has been held in check by the Regiment due to smart decisions and hard hockey playing on them. I'm talking about the number one line of Zonin, Desjardins, and Carbonneau. They are lethal. Don't let them come out of whatever they're in right now, because if they get going, they're going to be awful tough to stop. And the round them away. I'm saying don't add any fuel to the fire. So here's the first power play, and it goes to BB.
And the face-off, one out to Golicic. To the back doors, it's worked back out high. Golicic will take over. Passes back to Gill, a shot stopped by Deneau. The Armada will regain possession. Passed out to Golicic, but he just lost it. As Lascelles thought about coming out of his net, but Golicic will take it behind his own goal.
Huge penalty kill here, Seth.
Well, that'd be a nice momentum booster here for the regiment as the Armada take it in. It's Gill. Moving it back to the point to Golicic. Across, Collard shot, and Louis-Antoine Deneau flashing the leather. 8:34 to go in the first, 1:19 to go on the Sharkey penalty, and that's a great stop.
41 seconds gone, and the regiment and their fans holding their breath. Big fellow though looking confident between the pipes, as is the norm. Another big win by Gauguin in the face-off circle, Seth.
Yeah, he has been so reliable all year, and that's what happens when you win the face-off on the penalty kill.
Absolutely.
As LaRose will keep it deep there. He nearly got a very late Christmas gift. As Zonin will drop it back, and the Armada trying to get it together here. As Justin Carbonneau, the St. Louis Blues prospect, picked 19th in the draft this year. Drops it back to Villeneuve, who's slated to go 13th in the draft this season.
You said slated?
Yeah, he's projected to go 13th in the draft, but we'll see how the lottery works out on May 6th.
That's right.
As Desjardins moves it to Carbonneau. Back to Desjardins. Gives it to Villeneuve now. Over to Zonin. Zonin down low to Nobert. Just couldn't collect the pass, but he gets it again. Gave it to Zonin, who stumbles. LaRose right in there to try to win it for the regiment. As
Seems like he was sliding into second base and going on it with a feet first over here. Good play, Justin.
well,
Whatever it takes, baby.
will blow the play dead here with 14 seconds left on the power play for the Armada.
Now keep an eye on Sharkey. He's ready to get out of the penalty box. Somebody tried to hit him on the fly and send him in. Hello. Seven minutes, 29 seconds remaining in a fast first period of play here in Game 3. Series tied 1-1, no score.
Here's Emile Perron with the clear. Collected by Lascelles, who will drop it back. Sharkey 2 seconds away, and now he's back out on the ice for the regiment. Here's Zonin, brings it in, shot blocked. Regiment can't clear, a shot scores! A bar down snipe from the point by Teifer, and the Armada have the all-important first goal of the game.
That's too bad. Sharkey's out of the penalty box. They knock down the penalty, and then a shot from the point. And it was a rocket from the point too, but change directions. We'll wait and see.
It might have been Carbonneau's tip on that puck there. They might be looking at goalie interference here.
Maybe they're looking at a high stick.
Because I think Carbonneau and Deneau might have collided. But no, it looks like we're good to go.
Nope, so no high stick, and Blainville open up the scoring here at the 12:51 mark. Gordy was looking for an explanation, I think, or he wanted to know what was what.
So the second straight game the Armada has opened the scoring, and it looks like it's Carbonneau's goal, but we'll get the official from Chris Badstone momentarily. Here's Collard, backhanding it around Girard. Moves it down low as Girard turns. Gave it to Maddox Marmelac. Marmelac and the regiment trying to clear it out, but Generjo and Collard attempting everything they can to keep the puck in. Out to the point to Lemieux. There's a shot tipped just wide. Now it's Liam Arsenault. Leaving it behind. It comes out to the point. The shot steered just wide of the cage. It's Lemieux. Twists and turns. 6:20 to go. Théo Lemieux across to Spencer Gill. Gill's shot blocked. Rebound for Génergeau. And they'll pick it up in front. It's still pinballing around. Can they collect the rebound? They're banging away at it down low in the crease. Now they try to wrap it around. Back in front it goes. A big stop by Deneau. The puck is still loose for the Armada as Théo Lemieux moves it across. Here's Gill with the shot. It goes high and wide. And the Regiment will finally get it out of their own end. And it's flipped in deep by Dominic Palat.
Justin Carbonneau is the goal scorer. Teifer with the lone assist.
So it's left behind for Mathieu. Moved it to Bélanger, who spins and got away, but the pass going into open ice there. It's Filage giving that to Nobert. Kept in by LaRose. Justin LaRose with some room. The shot was kicked away by Lascelles. The Regiment got to get some more pucks on net. Lascelles has let a couple nearly sneak by him here. As LaRose lost his stick. Michaud trying hard to get it back from Filage. He brings him down. Bélanger stepping in to try to get it. The Regiment fans looking for a call there as an odd man rush ensues up the other way. Here's Gosselin to the trailer, Nobert. Back to Gosselin again, it got away. And Mathieu will hit him up against the boards. Here's Will Reynolds now. Reynolds holding, gave it to Mathieu. Mathieu flying in across the blue line, and he dumps it into the corner. Villeneuve gets tied up, lost his stick. It stuck out front, but it was turned away by the defenseman in front, Golicic, as Gauguin tried to...
That's not interference, is it?
Tried to shake free of the tie-up of Villeneuve there.
Just ask him.
And Emile Perron took it, and it was deflected high and wide. It's important the Regiment keep their cool
here.
They
got to keep their cool.
As Gauguin and Golicic going at it. Sharkey as well in there against Villeneuve. We got our second time out of the first period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada, and Justin Carbonneau with the lone goal, his first of the second round.
Well, I think the Regiment were a little frustrated because they got the first penalty was called on them, the first power play, and they figured, I think, that they may have been deserving of a power play there. And a pretty good point, because when you don't have the puck and you're being held up, that's interference in most hockey games. So the fans weren't too happy with that over the Regiment, but hey, C'est la vie. Hang in there, boys. You're only down 1-0, all kinds of time, and it's going to be a long, long week.
Well, Tom Petty said it best, love is a long, long road. And these QMJHL playoffs is a long road. And you win this series and you're only half the way there.
Well, that's right. Anytime you're in the final 8 or whatever, or final 4, man, count your blessings and just look back and say, how'd we get here? Whatever way we got here, we got to keep playing that way. And if you can take it over the top from that, a lot of good things could be happening for your hockey club. Well, I'm glad that Gordy has decided to have a chat with Jeff Hopkins, the referee. Now he'll go over and talk to Dick Hart as well. Want some clarification of why there wasn't a call. So just as long as they're, down the middle, man, that's all. We just want it to be a good hockey game and not have it decided one team getting more opportunities than the other. You got to earn them to start.
So it looks like Gogs is going to get knocked out of the face-off, and in comes Dawson Sharkey. Now Teifer, he'll take over with the puck. Teifer moves it to Zonin. Nearly got hit hard by Sharkey. As it's moved back to Emil Perron. Threw it across to Will Reynolds. Dropped it back to Perron. Over to Sharkey. Dawson Sharkey lobs it in, and LaSalle will keep it going with exactly 4 minutes to play in the first period. Out to Emil Perron. He's got some room. The shot is blocked, and the rebound came down for Danicek. Now Villeneuve tried to bust it out, and he will. They've got some daylight here as it's Desjardins to Zanin, and he just bobbled the puck. Now back in front, Gauguin couldn't get the full clear on that one as Villeneuve gave it to Zanin. Desjardins will keep it going down low. Will Reynolds up to Danicek. Gave that away to Zanin. Zanin tried to scoop it on goal. It was blocked by Emil Perron. Back out to Carbonneau. Spinning around. Carbonneau to Zanin. To Carbonneau. Dancing his way to the front. Desjardins taking a couple hacks at the puck. And Deneau lost it, but did manage to cover it up. And again, more tie-ups.
Okay, we're getting a power.
And it looks like Zanin's going to the box.
Newfoundland's getting a power play here.
Or is this Carbonneau?
That's Carbonneau came in and threw a punch after squeezed the puck, and it was bounding in front of him, and he had to get a hold of it. He's going to get a roughing minor or an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty here, and he earned it because he went in and threw a punch after the play was over.
Time for the regiment power play.
Here he comes, right there.
Trusted by generations.
So a chance now for the Newfoundland Regiment to get back in this game.
Make him pay right here with a power play goal. Really looking to see puck distribution amongst the regiment, because you and I both know after watching them all season long, when they're dishing it around, they're at their best.
2 minutes for roughing.
Well, let's see if they can get the power play going here as Belanger gave that out to LaBerge. Back to LaRose. LaRose across. Danicek just couldn't tee up, but it nearly worked out better for the regiment as Sharkey was right there for the bad bounce. 2:55 to go in the first period. Here's Noah LaBerge. LaBerge has got the puck. He'll drop it all the way back to the captain, LaRose. 2:40 to play in the first. LaRose will dump it in. LaSalle knocks that away with a stick. As Gill will be the first there to pin it up against the boards as Sharkey steps in to help out. Snuck out to Belanger, just couldn't get loose to take the shot as Genergeau brings it back down the left. Genergeau with the shot denied by Deneau, the denier. And the Armada will bring it back into their own end and kill some time here as this is sent all the way back down on goal. Deneau out of his net, being pressured by Gosselin. Here's Noah LaBerge. Back to Marmalak.
A little urgency here, be nice.
Regiment look to get going as Quinn Norman begins to take it up the other way. Norman dumping this puck in deep. It goes all the way around the boards to the far side. Tyson Gauguin will work it loose. Vitch just couldn't keep it in. And look at this battle from Michaud, but he was fended off by Zanin as Norman is left to chase the puck. Quinn Norman to Maddox Marmalak. Marmalak bringing this up the other way. Gave it into Michaud. Michaud circles back out to the point to Norman. He makes the pass across to Marmalak. Marmalak looked to find Gauguin at the bumper position. Just couldn't get the puck to him. We're back to even strength. Here's Michaud. Winding his way in, looking for an opening. Gets it back to Tyson Gauguin, who played it in front of Vitch, who went in to help out his line mate, but unfortunately fell out of position there.
Last minute of play in the first
Here's
period.
Filage. Back it's Quinn Norman. Over to Emil Perron. Perron to Pilgrim Edwards. Pilgrim Edwards flying in with the puck. Looking for LaRose. Beautiful pass and a big block. The rebound is still right there. The puck is loose. Desjardins spinning around. He'll play it back to Lemieux. Teo Lemieux. Rink-wide feed. The Armada looking for one more rush before the end of the first, and Deneau is going to play it safe and cover it after facing his 17th shot of period number one.
Yeah, he's been a busy guy down there. It's too bad the regiment power play, that's been pretty good. We're used to seeing it just electrifying. 8 for 29 through 8 games, now 8 for 30, but that wasn't much of a power play. But disappointing, I'm sure they were. There was no structure to it at all. They just fired it in and hoped for the best and didn't get on top of any loose pucks. And credit the Armada for doing a good job, staying patient and taking advantage of the Regiment not being that hard in the O-zone. On top of it.
Here's Pilgrim Edwards around for Emil Perron. Up ahead to Ryan Dwyer, moved it to Pilgrim Edwards. As he tries to win it back, it's sent in. Gill circling the puck back around as LaRose tries to get it. It's Genargeau moving it ahead to Dwyer, who kept it in. Now LaRose turning. Beautiful pass to Pilgrim Edwards. Look at this setup. Mathieu's shot is blocked, and it goes up and off the netting is deemed out of play as Dwyer was brought down. His line mate Blake Pilgrim Edwards stepping up for his aid here.
6.1 seconds remaining here in the first period. The Armada with a 1-0 lead. A goal by Justin Carbonneau is fourth. From Piper, even strength at 12:51. They scored it just as Dawson Sharkey, an excellent penalty box.
So the Regiment.
Oh, sorry, Seth.
No, go ahead.
Just going to say Matthew Piper's shot from the point was deflected by Carbonneau past it. Oh, he never had a chance on it.
Yeah, that was a tough shot to face.
They didn't see it for starters.
No, absolutely.
Just heard it, the puck clang off the bar inside the net.
Well, that'll do it for the first period of play. The final score after one is 1 for the Armada, none for the Regiment. The Regiment have had some good looks at the end of the first, so some positives to go back to the locker room with.
Yeah, just, like maybe try to keep 17 shots on goal down from 17 if it's possible. They're up against a really good offensive team that has had a great deal of success. So 17 shots to them is probably par for the course for the most part, right? So that's the one department where they'll need to clean up a little bit. But they didn't play a bad first period. Anyways, good physical. They didn't back down, didn't shy away from nothing. They're in this one, they're only down by 1.
Absolutely. Well, myself and Brian Rogers will be back for the second period momentarily.
Whoever makes the tower tumble loses. All right, so let's get this started. 3, 2, 1, go! They both get their first shot in, now looking to place a block. 2 fine choices there. Back to their second shot. Another goal by Abby. Let's see, will Destiny follow up? Close but no cigar. Abby gets to place another block here, taking advantage. Destiny still seeing the best place. Here she goes. She makes the decision. Abby now with the follow-up. Let's make some noise for her, folks! The tower does seem to be safe for now. But the next 2 blocks may change the course of this game. Little bit of a teeter-totter here, folks, but still standing. Teskey coming back to place a lot, and Abby also on her way. They're gonna meet in the middle here, folks. Let's make some noise! Teskey bounces out a little more. Abby makes the same decision.
Happy 40th birthday to David Langer. Happy 30th birthday to John Purchase. Want your team to have a chance to high-five the regiment? Contact tickets at nlregiment.com to book your high-five tunnel experience today.
Good Life was built to empower and change Canadian lives. From supersets to hot yoga, this is where we thrive. Born here, built here. This is Canada's gym.
Fans, digital province-wide Regiment 50/50 is now live at regiment5050.com. Jackpots have reached over $40,000 this season, and now's your chance to get in on the pot anywhere across Newfoundland and Labrador. Grab your tickets now at regiment5050.com. The QMJHL hits harder on FloHockey. Every game, every goal, every hit, all season long. FloHockey gives you access to the most live hockey anywhere. Watch your team, follow top prospects, and stay on top of all the action on the ice. Subscribe now to stream it all live on FloHockey. There are some great new offers on Regiment Rewards, powered by Fan Saves. Sign up to save on your favorite places around town. Scan the QR code or visit nlregiment.com. Mary Brown's Watch and Win. When the regiment win at home, scan the code that will appear on the video board to claim 500 loyalty points on the Mary Brown's app. Be loud and cheer on your regiment to win.
Achieving the right image for your team should be simple. From tough workwear, PPE, corporate wear, to promotional products, you'll know exactly what you're getting. And when it comes time to put your logo on it, we got you covered. 37 Bremen Boulevard in Paradise.
Represent your regiment at the game and around town. Pick up the latest regiment merch at the store outside Section 101 or online anytime at nlregiment.shop.
Fans, check out these upcoming events at Mary Brown's Center, including the FMX World Tour, Celtic Woman, 3 Days Grace, the Australian Pink Floyd Show, Jimmy Carr, and more. Tickets are available at the box office and online at mbcenter.ca. Secure yours today.
To develop and prepare for the pros. I'm so happy that that I ended up coming here and had the experience I did. For academic and athletic development, for the quality and support that's offered. For for support through scholarships to become productive and responsible citizens. For the best years of our lives.
Honda One Powerhouse, your destination for all Honda generators.
Your picks, your bragging rights, your shot at a pair of season seats. Predict every playoff series. The QMJHL Playoff Bracket Challenge is live.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river and drowned the whole world. And while she looked so sad in photographs, I absolutely love her when she
Hello there, I am Mrs. 2.0, the Buddy the Puffin translator. Buddy asks that you all please take out your flashlights, now. Buddy asks that you all follow along with the instructions in the song. Okay, let's begin.
Lights up! Lights down! 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 Lights up! Down!
Fans, please welcome back to the ice your Newfoundland Regiment.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second period of play live from the Mary Brown Center. The first period saw one goal off the stick of Justin Carbonell, and that's been the difference maker so far. Can the regiment respond, or will the Armada pull ahead? All the answers will be coming in the next 20 minutes of hockey. LaRose will drop it to Reynolds. Back ahead to Michaud, lost in the feet there for a second of Collard. Kept in just barely by Bélanger, who took the shot. Gets it back again. Regiment buzzing here to start this second. Michaud gave that back to LaRose. LaRose with a nifty little hand pass there to himself. Law says the Armada will bust it out and take a sigh of relief here. Worked into the zone, it's Teifer. He'll grab a hold of the puck, gave it across to Collard. Collard waiting, looking, shooting it cross ice. Noah Laberge takes over now. Gave that to Alexis Mathieu. Now Tyson Gauguin will take over. Up ahead to Marek Danacek, who shovels this in on goal. And it'll be covered up by LaSalle with exactly 1 minute played in the second period. Regiment with an early offensive zone face-up.
Well, it was a good start to the second. They want to get on even terms as quickly as possible. You don't want to chase the game or give the visitors an opportunity to increase their one-goal advantage. Stay the course, boys.
Dominic Palat out to the point to Mathieu. Mathieu steps in and shoots just wide of the net. He didn't miss by much. Now Liam Arsenault going to work. Golicic will take it back over. Over to Filage. Filage to Nobert, now Gosselin. Making some space here. Lavigne, who had 2 goals in game 2. Across to Golicic. Backdoor feed, rebound for Lavigne. And oh my goodness, Louis-Antoine Deneau with a fabulous stop in between the pipes right there. Now Maël Lavigne goes to work again. Takes the shot just wide of the net. Here's Dom Palat. Lifting this out to center ice. Jumping on it is Maddox Marmelac. Gets it and attempted to send it in deep. Now it's passed ahead. Here's Desjardins. Across to Nobert. Nobert will spin it down low to Desjardins once again. It's Will Reynolds who will take over. Backhanding this, or forehand, all the way down the ice. Here's Lemieux. Up to Desjardins. Now Zonin off the bench. To Carbonneau. Across. Desjardins' shot went high and wide and hit the glass. Another chance from the corner by Carbonneau will force the Armada to reset in neutral ice. But they are called off sides with 17:40 to go.
Well, you hate to say it, Seth, but the Armada look like they're getting stronger and stronger as this series goes on, and we kind of expected that, seeing their Lottie performance through the regular season schedule. The Regiment really want to try to do their best to contain Zonin, Desjardins, and Carbonneau. That's not an easy task.
And that was Carbonneau's first goal of the second round. The Regiment did a great job of making him stay quiet, but a big tip in front by him, and he's alive here.
Yeah, well, don't let him get any more alive than that. Well, he's such a gifted player, and the St. Louis Blues know what they're getting in the young Quebecois. So 2:36 is expired. It remains 1-0 in favor of the Armada. On the aforementioned goal by Justin Charbonneau is fourth. The 12:51 even strength from Matthew Taillefer. The lone assist, his shot from the point was tipped by Carbonneau beyond the outstretched reach of Louis-Antoine Deneau.
Sharkey couldn't quite get it out. Beaulieu put it back in on goal. Here's Emile Perron. Perron to Tyson Gauguin. Now here's Dawson Sharkey. Sharkey to Danacek. Back to Sharkey. Tried to get the shot, but couldn't get through as Taillefer made a big play. Now it's Dubé spinning back. Tried to give that to Taillefer. Grenier. Lost it to Pilgrim Edwards. Over to Noah Laberge. Vitch trying to free himself and didn't get the touch on that one, as it is an icing call against the Regiment.
Tyson Gauguin's got his booties moving tonight. He's all over it. And he's doing well in the face-off circle as well.
Pilgrim Edwards looked like he was going to get kicked out of the dot there, but he comes in to take the draw against Collard. Filage to Generjo, out to the point to Golicic. His shot right in the strike zone. As Deneau easily gloved that one down.
Well, they've doubled their shots. They're up to 20, and there are only 3:20 gone here in the second period, so they've got their shooting.
Oh, look who that is. Alan Doyle's in the house. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just love Great Big C. Hang on, be right back. I got to go get a picture with him now.
Just get, somebody will set you up with Doyle. He's a man of the people.
Maybe he'll be singing the anthem here tomorrow night. Who knows? He opened up the Briar.
Well, you might have opened a kettle of fish up here. Who knows? Not that that's a bad thing. Although I never had a kettle of fish before.
Oh, Ben Vitch avoiding a massive hit right there. That could have been painful. Here's Lemieux. Up ahead, Vitch will take it back over. Flipped it to Noah Laberge. Sent it in. Lasselle had trouble gloving that one down.
They got to get the puck on the net more.
Fitch whistling that one wide.
Just as I said, he fired it over the net.
Now Filage doing it himself. Puts the shot on, and that one just didn't miss by much there.
It was a little tougher shot than it appeared to be.
Now Noah Laberge up to LaRose. He did get the tip on it as Lasselle kicked it away. Pass ahead to Gosselin. Moving it up ice, the Armada with speed. Nobert pumps the brakes to the front. Beautiful passing, and Deneau will take a tripping call there. I mean, if he didn't, I think that Levine was home free to make this a 2-goal game. So a penalty the goaltender had to take right there, Raj.
He's getting way too much time with the puck and way too much space, Levine. He's a gritty player. That's going to be on Louis. I mean, Louis didn't stick his leg out. He's trying to make the save, trying to position himself. Langell didn't see it that way. Somebody's going to have to come over and serve it. Looks like it's going to be Louis-Francois Bélanger. Well, I don't blame Louis for questioning that call. He's trying to get himself in the best possible position to try to stretch himself across that crease like Gumby and keep the puck out. Well, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Penalty to number 31, Louis-Antoine Deneau.
Villeneuve walking in. Nobert over to Carbonneau.
435. That's Deneau.
Carbonneau walking in. Gave it down low to Desjardins. Put it out in front, and the shot by Nobert went right across. Now Carbonneau. Villeneuve. His shot is kicked away, and Reynolds will dump that just out of the zone. Here's Xavier Villeneuve. Moving it ahead, he'll drop it back to Carbonneau. Carbonneau back across to Zonin, swung around by Desjardins. Pilgrim Edwards to Tyson Gauguin. Carbonneau will hold the line and give it to Vinny Desjardins. And waiting, plays it out high to Villeneuve. Back to Carbonneau. Justin Carbonneau down low. Carbonneau collects again. Shot off the side of the net. A nice look there by number 8. As Desjardins will keep it going. Here's Bill Zonin. Zonin gets brought down by Tyson Gauguin. Over halfway done the penalty kill out of the regiment as Villeneuve storms back in. Puts it down low. A shot once again off the side of the net. Here's Nobert. Floating one in, and it was deflected up high by Carbonneau.
Yeah, got to get him out of there.
Here's Nobert out to Villeneuve. Villeneuve looking to find the space. Now Nobert stepping in, waiting. Back to Carbonneau. Carbonneau with Nobert and Villeneuve as options. He elects to take it himself, buy some time. Villeneuve, Carbonneau shot, and a big stop by Louis-Antoine Deneau with 13:50 to go in the second. 25 seconds to go on the Louis-Antoine Deneau tripping call, being served by Louis-Francois Bélanger.
Well, if you like precision passing and good ozone time, you're going to like what you're seeing from the Armada here. I mean, we're homers for the regiment, but they're playing a nice hockey game on the road, and they're doing all the things that kept them at the top of the standings through most of the season. The regiment are going to have to stay out of the penalty box. Hopefully they can knock down this remaining 20-odd seconds.
Here's Gill. Moving it across, another shot. And that was turned away by Deneau, left down to Collard. The captain gives it to Lavigne. Back to Gill. Passing it over. Beautiful look for Lavigne, just out of reach. As the Armada scramble to get it to the front of that, and the regiment will get it out. And Bélanger was almost gone on a breakaway there. Sharkey with some nice vision.
Pass.
Now it's Lavigne bringing it back in for the Armada. Takes it himself, and he's denied by the toe of Louis-Antoine Deneau. Back out to Gill, a shot. Glove down by Deneau. The regiment got to help out their goalie here.
Goodness.
As Gill gave it back to Gosselin. Dumped in for Lavigne. Mathieu to Bélanger. Up to Dwyer. He'll clear that puck out. Now it's Golicic. Over to Gill. 12:50 to play in the second period. The Armada will move it in as Gosselin plays that off the window, and Mathieu will collect. Back to Laberge. Over to Mathieu again. Mathieu, Larose gave that away, got it back himself. Now Justin Larose looking to find the space. Jean Argeau went to lay the body. As Larose, with the help of Michaud, gets the puck back down low, tried to return it to Michaud. Now Bélanger battling hard to keep it in, but it is just going to get out here for the Armada. As it's Quinn Norman back to Will Reynolds, and Reynolds will keep it going to Larose. Justin Larose all the way around for Quinn Norman. Up ahead to Marmelac. His stick got tied up, so no icing there as Michaud hustles hard to get it back from Teifer. Given away. Here's Justin Larose with a chance in front, and it was kicked away by LaSalle. Just something to get the crowd and the team back into the game. Here's Quinn Norman across to Justin Larose's shot. Just went wide of the net. Here's Maddox Marmelac now. Marmelac holding, looking and shooting. He tried his luck there, and LaSalle made a massive save as we have our first time out of the second. Raj, the Regiment, despite a couple of close calls, they're starting to slowly claw back.
Yeah, well, they got to use each other's set for sure. That's the key. That's the comment I made about the power play that we watched. Blainville-Boisbriand Armada dishing around beautifully, looking for the right touch, and they almost had a second one, but standing tall in the net. But his team has got to respond in front of him. Get some positivity going here now. Get your feet moving. Don't take a back seat. The shot clock almost doubled, so you got to stay out of the box.
Yeah, staying out of the sin bin is going to be massive for the Regiment in this game.
They can throw those 5 guys out there, and they move the puck around beautifully. 31 had the answer so far, but he's got to get better play in front of him.
Well, the Regiment with a big offensive zone face-off here. 3 crucial shots in the offensive zone and a couple of near misses.
Some line juggling going on too by Gordy Dwyer. He's got Gauguin between Sharkey and Pilgrim Edwards now.
Well, let's see how this line fares out here now for the Regiment. As the Armada try to take it out of the zone, it's Gill. Moving it up to Carbonneau. Lost it. Will Reynolds collects. Gave it to Emile Perron. Up to Pilgrim Edwards. Redirected in deep. LaSalle coming out of his net. Lost it there. Gill recovering nicely as Zonin. And the first line will bust it out cleanly here. It's Gill. Dumping it in around the board. Zonin rubbing Pilgrim Edwards up against the wall as he kicks it down. Picked up by Gauguin. Here they come in transition. Pilgrim Edwards, Gauguin, Sharkey. Now Reynolds joining the rush. His shot was blocked by a skate on its way to the net. And another nice look for the Regiment.
Well, a nice look, but you want to get it on the goal, brother. Eric Danacek moving up with Bélanger and LaRose. Appears that there's a few members of the regiment that aren't seeing too much ice time.
Well, they're trying to do everything they can here to even up this game. Down on the concourse during the intermission, there's a consensus opinion that the Regiment have to get the next goal. They cannot be chasing this game against the Armada. They have to strike next and even this up because you don't want to go down 2 against these guys. Here's Gosselin. Tried to give that to Nobert. Now it's Justin Larose taking flight. Beauty move. Up to Bélanger. Bélanger shot on net and a stop by LaSalle with 10:33 to go.
25-16 of the shots in favor of the Armada. They are 0 for 2 in the man advantage. Newfoundland 0 for 1. Regiment actually be better 5-on-5 than they were on their power play. And we like the Regiment 5-on-5.
Here's Tyfer. Takes it up the other way. Gets it at the red line and dumps it in. Now it's sent back around for Mathieu. Alexei Mathieu to Marek Danicek. Danicek with a beautiful maneuver there. The stretch pass didn't work out for the Regiment as Mathieu lays the hit. Danicek brings it back in. Marek Danicek. Oh my goodness, he almost had an unreal play. Oh wow, that was almost Sports Center top 10 written all over that one.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before. That was just amazing. If he would have got that up, here's one, whoops, dude, oh my goodness. Can you imagine if he would have got that away?
That would have been the goal of the century.
Something to see. Well, let's go, guys. You don't need to be fancy, Dan. But that was beautiful. But let's go. Let's get gritty here now. Let's play playoff hockey. You're halfway home here, trailing only 1-0, being outshot 25-16. Your goalie's doing everything he can do to keep you in the game. Now you got to help him out. Got to get this line going. It looks like a different line now. Michaud has found himself with Dwyer and Vitch.
Stump back to Michaud as Vitch comes in to try to grab the puck. Here's Benjamin Girard dumping it back into Michaud. Michaud gets nipped up against the boards by Golicic. Now Collard hands it off. The Armada take it up the other way. Here's Lemieux. Lemieux holding and looking. The shot just went wide of the net as a Generjo. Back down to Collard and again to Lemieux. Here's Emile Perron flipping it to Ben Vitch. Vitch tried to work it in. A drop pass went right back to Regiment possession. As Lasselle moved it around, Collard takes over now. Beautiful pass broken up by Marmalak, given back to Will Reynolds. And Reynolds the stretch feed. Here's Dominic Palat with a chance. And his shot goes wide of the net there. He caught it on a weird angle.
Wee bit wide. That's exactly what happened to him, too. He got in too deep, hey.
Yeah, it rolled up on a stick in a weird way. Just unfortunate for him, as he's got quite the shot. And
too many men? No, we have the puck. So what's going on here?
Looks like this is coming outside. Maybe it was offsides.
Not quite sure, Seth. Let's get a good energy shift from this line here. Marmalak, Arsenault, and Palat. Make something happen here.
Norman gonna rim this one in. It's Beaulieu, takes the hit. Pass back across now to Grenier. Moving it all the way over. There was a redirection on that puck as Quinn Norman gets on it. Here's Norman, up to Arsenault. Now ahead for Sharkey. Sharkey across the top, looking to put it through traffic. Liam Arsenault leaving it for Will Reynolds now. Just couldn't put it through. Now Marmalak shot the rebound, pinballing around, and a big hit by Liam Arsenault. Trying to get the crowd back into the game here. Now Lemieux. Nifty move around Quinn Norman. Out to Beaulieu. Beaulieu will send it right back around Lemieux, and he'll put it around the boards again. Now it's Quinn Norman. Takes the hit from Zonin. It's Tyson Gauguin up the other side. He'll dump it in. He wasn't at the red line. He's going to try to hustle to get there. As he took a glove to the face there with 7:31 to go and an icing against the Regiment.
Our jackpot is $25,775 and continues to grow. Regiment Hockey Cares Foundation thanks you for your support. Regiment 5050 is proudly presented by Robotin Mackay Marshall.
Wow, look at that jackpot, $25,775. With 7:31 left here in the second, 1-0. We figured it was going to be low scoring, but didn't think it was going to be this long before the regiment couldn't score. 17 shots on goal, looking for one here.
And Arsenault got to be careful he don't take a penalty there as he got into some rough stuff. Regiment keep it going. It's Villeneuve who
Playing
was
with emotion.
brought down there. Now it comes across to LaBerge. Fanned on the one-timer. Here's Zonin up to Carbonneau. Justin Carbonneau prying his way in. All the way around. Pilgrim Edwards attempted to get it. Now Zonin out to Tyford. Just got away. Tyford took it back behind his own goal. Now Villeneuve. Left it to Tyford. Tyford to Desjardins. Across, coughed up by Belanger in a beautiful pass. Pilgrim Edwards circling back. Dawson Sharkey shot is blocked by Tyford. He kicked it on net. And LaSalle reached up high to make the save. Here's Pilgrim Edwards looking. Shakes free, but it looked like Sharkey might have set the pick and roll there. .625 to go. It just looked like the regiment had something going for themselves. But now they're back on the penalty kill. It's interference against Sharkey. Well, Raptors just made the playoffs, and Raptors fans love the pick and roll.
It's time now for the regiment penalty kill, driven by Mr. Lou.
Can't be taking these penalties if you want to win this series. Just can't do it. It's funny though, the interference call, we saw 2 or 3 of those in the first period that weren't called, and now we're seeing this one called. Interference is interference.
Regiment penalty to number 81, Dawson Sharkey.
So Sharkey in the box as the regiment try to eat away some time here.
That's Sharkey.
Here's Collard.
At 13:35.
Keeping it moving. Justin LaRose lays the hit. Now it comes out to the point. 15 seconds gone. Across to Gill. Gill will collect again. Lavigne open. A shot tipped just wide of the net by Collard. Now Pilgrim Edwards will flip this one down the ice. Heads to the bench for a change. The 2 overagers of the regiment hop off, and out comes Dwyer and Gauguin. Matt Gosselin moved it over. Got it himself as he spun away from Dwyer. Dwyer trying to kick it loose. Here's Noah Laberge. Laberge to Gauguin. Gauguin and the regiment have an odd man rush short-handed. Alexis Mathieu takes the shot on net, and a big play by LaSalle, and the goaltender will get it moving, but Dwyer makes a massive play. Halfway gone on the penalty kill, and the regiment control the possession. Mathieu with quite the air biscuit all the way down the ice there. That was a great play. And a great shift by the Newfoundland Regiment. Pilgrim Edwards and LaRose back out there. Here's Nobert. Stepping in. Looking to find an open lane. Still got the puck, but LaRose will send it right back out. 30 seconds to go on the Dawson Sharkey penalty. And 4:50 to play in the second period. Here's Bill Zonin. Takes it in. The Armada yet to register a shot on net on this power play. But now they have possession. And it's worked out high to Villeneuve. A risky pass from Nobert, but it might work out. But a big stick save by Deneau. 8 seconds to go now. Can the regiment kill the penalty? Nobert to Villeneuve. Broken up by Will Reynolds. And can they get it out? It's going to be Pilgrim Edwards who will send it all the way down. And it is going to be icing against the regiment, but it is a successful kill with 4:19 to go.
Now stay out of the box.
Fans, tonight we have $5 beers and 2 for $5 hot dogs. Let's raise a toast.
So that's 3 power plays for the Armada to the regiment's 1.
Well, this was a pretty timely TV timeout as well, because the regiment, that shift was tired. They iced the puck, and they get a little break here.
Well, if you're the regiment, you've got to say, guys, look, you know, let's just stick to our structure, what the coaches have been beating into us forever and ever a day. Let's get going here, right? It's only 1-0. We were being doubled up in the shots earlier. Now they've crept their way back in, but those back-to-back penalties just can't be taking them against this team.
So 4:19 to go. The regiment looking to give this building some life. Here's LaRose to Pilgrim Edwards. Dawson Sharkey going behind him. Beautiful drop pass. There's a shot.
Didn't miss by much.
That got deflected wide of the net. Now it's Emil Perron winding up and shooting just high and wide of the cage. Here's Will Reynolds to Emil Perron across. Marek Danicek fakes the slapper. Nifty moves from him. Spinning back around, looking, shooting, and it's blocked. Hits the plexiglass, and it came back down to Justin LaRose, who's had a long shift here. Passed across, the Armada will take it out. It's Village at the red line, dumps it in. Here's Louis-Antoine Deneau. Around, right into the stick of Lemieux. Lemieux takes it back, gave it to Gill. Gill back to Lemieux. And it's Emil Perron to Ben Vitch, and Ben Vitch just couldn't get it out of the zone. He lays a big hit there against Lemieux on the boards. Now it's Danicek and Perron and Vitch trying to get it back. It is 88 who will get it. Skates it out to Sharkey. Now it's Marek Danicek. What does he have up his sleeve? There's a quick shot, and Vitch will draw a call. Regiment power play coming up with 3:01 to go in the second period. And Raj, Ben Vitch is after drawing 4 penalties in this postseason.
Well, that's because he is playing great hockey set. He's well engaged, he's moving his feet, he's physical, he's doing it all.
Yeah, he has been fantastic in this postseason. I talked about it in the pregame. He is used to playing in these big games, in these big moments. And wouldn't it be nice to see him score on Mary Brown center ice in the playoffs? He's got 5 on the road, but none at home just yet. Let's see if this first unit can get the regiment as a whole on the board first here. As it's Noah LaBerge. LaRose to LaBerge again. LaBerge, Danicek, winds up, shoots, rebound for Sharkey! He scores! The Mary Brown center is alive and well! The regiment ring the twine!
Well, Dawson Sharkey had 4 minutes in the sin bin. He's thinking, oh, no, don't score. And he's thinking, I got to get out there and pop one home, and he's in the right place at the right time. And a bouncing puck, he wastes no time whacking it down, chipping it over the cell, top shelf, Root Daddy, 1-1 tie. A power play goal at 17:08.
And hockey history, the first ever goal in the second round of the QMJHL playoffs scored at the Mary Brown Center. It's Dawson Sharkey who bats it in, and we got ourselves a new hockey game.
It's his 5th of the postseason.
And he also missed 2 games due to suspension as well, so that makes those 5 goals that even more important. And listen to this crowd as the regiment get going again. Pilgrim Edwards across, broken up. It's LaBerge over to Mathieu. Sent it back across. Oh, the regiment nearly getting caught there for too many players on the ice as Ben Vitch jumps back out. 2:20 to go in the second period. Passed up to Zanin. In. Desjardins sneaking through. Big play by Alexis Mathieu. Mathieu with the tie-up. What a shift from him so far. Got it to Pilgrim Edwards. Pilgrim Edwards took a hit. Gave it back to Mathieu. Now Noah LaBerge.
Careful here.
Back to Mathieu. Can the regiment get it out? Up to Pilgrim Edwards, and it will get to neutral ice as Vitch takes the hit from Carbonneau. Now it's Golicic. Back up ice it goes. Carbonneau takes that pass with his skate. As Deneau fanned on the clearance and nearly gave it away, but it probably worked out better for the Regiment as Deneau ended up clearing it. Here's Génargeau moving it back in. Big hit by Perron. Regiment will just do enough to clear it out. Tie for a force to lift it back in. 1:25 remaining in the second period as Emile Perron circles back. Gave it up to Will Reynolds. Reynolds will backhand it in deep. Here's Ryan Dwyer chasing after Villeneuve.
Here we go.
Now Michaud tried to find Vitch lurking in front of the net. Here's Emile Perron now. 1:05 to play in the second period. Will Reynolds will step up at the red line and flip it in deep. Villeneuve will bring it down.
Here we go.
And the battle of the number 72s. Palat will win it. Gives it out high. Regiment showing gumption. It's Perron's shot who goes just wide of the net. Now a counter-attacking possibility for the Armada. It's Villeneuve leading the charge. Dumps it in deep and elects to head to the bench. The Regiment looking to catch the Armada on a change as Arsenault just couldn't get the clearance on that puck. Spins it back around. Gets tied up. Reynolds will clear it out to center as Gill and Levine kick it to each other. Now Arsenault. Beauty move. Liam Arsenault drops it back to Palat's shot. And it was saved by LaSalle. That was a bit of a Mighty Ducks knuckle puck right there.
That was a great play, though.
Coughed up by Mathieu. A chance now for Nobert. Nifty move by Nobert. Still moving with the puck. He gave it out high. One more chance here for Lemieux. Shot scores! A buzzer-beating tally with 7.3 to go. And a killer for the Regiment.
Well, that's a tough one to give up. Real tough here at 19:52. Just after getting on even terms. It all starts from the back end. And when you don't get much on it and get it out, well, that's what happens. That's too bad because you could just start to feel the momentum.
That's the second straight game. The Regiment had given up a goal late in the second period.
Okay, let's start anew. Let's go. It's only one goal.
Well, Will Reynolds trying to do exactly that as he dumped it in, but the Regiment going to run out of time here in the second, so a tough break for them as Gosselin finds the back of the net with 7.3 to go, and they reinstate their one-goal lead as we head into the second intermission. Myself and Brian Rogers will be back for the third period, and it's a third you're not going to want to miss from the Mary Brown Center.
And number 15, Spencer Gill. Time of the goal, 1952. That's Gosselin from Lemieux and Gill at 1952. Shots on goal in the second period by Blainville-Boisbriand, 10, and Newfoundland, 11. Fans, stay in your seats for the second intermission for the Bubble Rumble.
And Jack is wearing the black pants. I would love to give you guys the rules, but let's all be honest here. As long as Buddy Jr. is out there, are there really any rules at all? We'll see what they can do here, so you guys are going to be making your rounds. Buddy Jr. is going to oversee everything. You got to take a shot with a mini stick. And let's get ready! Oh, went up by the ring. All right, you gotta fall. You gotta fall. If you fall, you lose a point. Oh, we got some good power going on here. Buddy Jr. I thought for sure he had a mini stick in his hand, but it looks like he does not, so that will not come into play. Hold up there. Come on, Aubrey, keep your feet up. Outside the ring, back in there. They were friends when they started this. Mortal enemies when it's over. Put some power behind it. Oh, there you go. Jack gets his second point. And the comeback is on from Aubrey. He wants to stay in this. Give yourself a running start and give him everything you've got. Wait a minute. Well, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Jack in the blue bubble. 3-0 winner over Buddy Aubrey, wearing the jeans in the red. That was a good battle. A little surprised that Buddy Jr. didn't have a say in this. But stranger things have happened. Well done, Aubrey and Jack. A round of applause for all the Regiment fans.
Good Life was built to empower and change Canadian lives. From supersets to hot yoga, this is where we thrive. Born here, built here. This is Canada's gym.
Fans, digital province-wide Regiment 50/50 is now live at regiment5050.com. Jackpots have reached over $40,000 this season, and now's your chance to get in on the pot anywhere across Newfoundland and Labrador. Grab your tickets now at regiment5050.com. The QMJHL hits harder on FloHockey. Every game, every goal, every hit, all season long. FloHockey gives you access to the most live hockey anywhere. Watch your team, follow top prospects, and stay on top of all the action on the ice. Subscribe now to stream it all live on FloHockey. There are some great new offers on Regiment Rewards, powered by Fan Saves. Sign up to save on your favorite places around town. Scan the QR code or visit nlregiment.com. Mary Brown's Watch and Win. When the Regiment win at home, scan the code that will appear on the video board to claim 500 loyalty points on the Mary Brown's app. Be loud and cheer on your Regiment to win.
Achieving the right image for your team should be simple. From tough workwear, PPE, corporate wear, to promotional products, you'll know exactly what you're getting. And when it comes time to put your logo on it, we got you covered. 37 Remagens Boulevard in Paradise.
Represent your regiment at the game and around town. Pick up the latest regiment merch at the store outside Section 101 or online anytime at nlregiment.shop.
Fans, check out these upcoming events at Mary Brown Center, including the FMX World Tour, Celtic Woman, 3 Days Grace, the Australian Pink Floyd Show, Jimmy Carr, and more. Tickets are available at the box office and online at mbcenter.ca. Secure yours today.
To develop and prepare for the pros. I'm so happy that, that I ended up coming here and had the experience I did. For academic and athletic development. For the quality of support that's offered. For support through scholarships. To become productive and responsible citizens. For the best years of our lives.
For all hot generator. Your picks, your bragging rights, your shot at a pair of season seats. Predict every playoff series. The QMJHL Playoff Bracket Challenge is live.
welcome back to the ice, your Newfoundland Regiment.
Well, welcome back everybody to this third and final period of play from the Mary Brown Center. My name is Seth Hyde. Happy to have you join us alongside Brian Rogers in what has been a tight game of hockey so far. It just looked like the Regiment were back in it. It just looked like that this game was a new game when Dawson Sharkey batted one in on the power play, which sent the Mary Brown Center into a frenzy. But then the Armada struck with 8.3 seconds left in the third period. It was Matt Gosselin's first goal of the playoffs, and that's been the difference maker so far and a real killer for the Regiment. But this game is far from over. 20 of the hardest miles they've ever played, and this game could very well go to overtime, or the Regiment could win with a late third period surge like we've seen them do so many times this year.
Well, if they're going to win this game, the first thing you got to do is stay on the box, and they need to score early here. They were just starting to feel getting their game going too.
Let's see if they can get it going here in the third period. Live from the Mary Brown Center, it's the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada, formerly known as the St. John's Fog Devils, taking on the Newfoundland Regiment. Here's Nobert. Moves it over to Spencer Gill, back to Nobert. Prying his way through Emile Perron. Now Lavigne making the hit on Perron. LaRose with the breakout pass. It's Marek Danicek with a beauty move. Losing that to Lemieux. And Lemieux takes flight. Lemieux pulls back and shoots. A big block by Laberge. Now Lavigne with a high, heavy shot just up over the net. Now Nobert. Bélanger will clear. Too many there for the Armada, it says the fans of the Mary Brown Center, as Gill will pass it to Nobert. Here's Alexis Mathieu. Mathieu, lead pass for Pilgrim Edwards. It went under his stick, and it's an icing call against the Regiment.
Oh, never mind, Seth. I'm not going to go there. Good grief.
So face-off comes back into the Regiment zone. It's Desjardins and Gauguin at the dot. Face-off won by the Armada, but it goes all the way down as Lascelles pushes it off the boards to Golicic. Up ahead to Zonin. Beauty breakout by the Armadas. Desjardins gave it to Carbonneau, shot right into the stomach of Louis-Antoine Deneau.
So Gordy Dwyer's been doing some line juggling here, trying to get some guys going. He's got Gauguin Sharkey and Blake Pilgrim Edwards together. And Alexis Michaud joins Ben Bitch and Ryan Dwyer on their line. So that means that Marek Danicek's up top with Justin LaRose and Louis-Francois Bélanger. Tight playoff hockey game, 2-1.
Filage with a floater. It looked like Deneau didn't see it there. It's Dwyer with the pass out to Michaud. Ben Vitch is there with him. Michaud, fancy stick work. Lost it. Vitch will win it back for Ryan Dwyer. It's pinballing around in front, and the Regiment just couldn't get that loose puck. Here's Golicic to Filage. Filage takes it in, winds and weaves, puts it back around Collard, and he'll swing it for Lemieux. Olivier Lemieux back around the boards again. And the Armada will turn it over as it's Ben Vitch alongside Michaud. Backhands it in right into the glove of Villeneuve. Vitch working hard to win it back. Slashing Genergeau there. And it's Olivier Lemieux who has it. Back to Villeneuve. Xavier Villeneuve gets his wheels turning as this is passed across. Norman couldn't get it. Beaulieu to Zonin. Stopped by Deneau as Reynolds will just get the poke on that one to clear it out. Over to Zonin, 17:20 to go in the third period. Zonin, high, heavy shot off the netting and out of play with 17:16 to go in the third period.
No, don't let Zonin move his feet. Pittsburgh Penguin draft pick, and he can really skate. Good-looking player, number 9. Quick release, too. I know it wasn't on goal, but that was a great shot. That kid can really rifle the puck. Have to give credit due where it's due. So there's a reason the Penguins would have got him.
Yeah, he has been a star out here for sure, and he don't put up very many points. He plays both sides of the ice as this is coughed up. Levine is in, and he put a bit of finesse on that shot. He didn't miss that one by much. But yeah, as I was saying, he plays on both sides of the puck, Bill Zahn, and that's what makes him such an asset.
For sure.
Here's LaRose. What a play. Nearly got a juicy rebound in front there. No bear. Over to Villeneuve. He'll dump it in around. It's Deneau who comes out of his net. Will lift it up. And now LaRose tried to chop it out of the zone. Kept in. Maya Levine. He gets on the puck. Now it's Pilgrim Edwards. Up to Bélanger. Bélanger just can't get it out of the zone, but now he will. Théo Lemieux drops it back to Gill. And the lead pass for Vinny Desjardins, who finds some space, but he got tied up. Mathieu flipping this out. Now it's Gill over to Lemieux. Up to Zonin. Bill Zonin dropping it back to Desjardins, broken up by Sharkey. Noah Laberge joining the rush. It's Pilgrim Edwards up to Laberge. Laberge has speed. A shot stopped by Lasselle. Back to Pilgrim Edwards. His shot kicked away by Zonin. And here's Will Reynolds. Dropping it back to Pilgrim Edwards. Up ahead to Gauguin. Gauguin lifting it into the zone. Now Lasselle keeps it moving around. Desjardins up ice. Pilgrim Edwards will take it back. Across to Gauguin, and he'll move it one more time to Sharkey. Sharkey, beauty move. His shot redirected wide. Hauled down. Regiment fans calling for
How is that not interference? He didn't have the puck. Like, you just called one down here.
Sharkey lost his helmet on that play as Ben Vitch scoops it around. Vitch, beautiful move, but he lost the puck as Collard takes it back up. Here's Genergeau. In for Olivier Lemieux. Now it's Ryan Dwyer. Oh, it came out front, and it just went wide. The rebound is still there as the Armada gained possession in the regiment zone. Lemieux scores! Olivier Lemieux might have just put the Armada out of reach here. 14:55 to go in the third, and he makes this a 2-goal game.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This play shouldn't have even happened. It should have been an interference penalty down here. The play should have been stopped. The regiment should have went on the power play, and the play continued because of an on-call. Too many men on the ice, and then blatant interference. Sharkey without the puck. Tried to get to the puck, had it, lost it, tried to get to it, tackled to the ice, no call. Anyways, there you have it, 3-1, so the boys have got some work to do here, but you hate to see it decided that way. You really do. Good night. That's a tough one, a real tough one. But come on, let's go. Don't give up, boys. I know they're not going to give up. I guess you can't get frustrated.
Difficult one for the regiment right there. Because that just about sucked all the life out of this building. But Danicek trying to get it back in as he comes in. Couldn't shake free there as the Armada take it up the other way. It's Nobert. Lost it to Laberge, and it's cleared out to center ice. Move to Filage. Dumped in around. Deneau out of his net. Gets the swing. Danicek kicked it out of the zone as the Armada will take it. Move to Nobert. Into Lavigne now. Back in deep for Gosselin. Has the game winner as of right now as Danicek. Sent this around the boards. Villeneuve coughed it up. And here's Louis-Francois Bélanger. He's in. Lasselle out of his net. There's a yawning cage there, but Bélanger just couldn't get the puck free. That would have been a massive break for the regiment as Villeneuve floated one on, and we're going to have our first time out of the third period as the regiment have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, but they're not out of it. They just got to keep moving their feet and believe. It's going to be a long week. It is playoff hockey, but those missed calls, that's, oh my, that just is so frustrating to watch. Like, I understand missing one, but not back to back. Oh well, let's go, boys. You've been a comeback kid machine all season long. You don't like falling behind, but you've always found a way to come back. So get the next one here. Hopefully you don't get called for something, because they owe you a couple. You got to move your feet.
Here's Emile Perron. Moving this out of the zone, Liam Arsenault gets on that puck and tried to lay the hit. Up ahead to Villeneuve. Now Genergeau. Moving it back across. Liam Arsenault takes it in. Took a heavy hit there in front of the Armada bench. Now Marmelac up to Dubé. Grenier will dump it in. Deneau out of his net. Now Emile Perron. Grenier back around the boards. Out to the point to Dubé. His shot blocked by Arsenault. He'll clear it out. Dominic Palat on his horse. Palat lays the hit. Lemieux leaves it behind for Genergeau. Now Grenier losing it. Got it back. Takes it in. The shot to the back door. Turned aside by Deneau. Now Grenier. Fan on the dump in. Gauguin to Pilgrim Edwards. To Benjamin Girard. Up to Sharkey. Couldn't find the intended target, and it's an icing against the regiment with 12:53 to go. Well, if the regiment want any hope of coming back in this game, they're going to want to get a goal in the next 3 or 4 minutes. As that goal at the end of the second period might just end up being the killer again, but lots of hockey left to play. for the regiment. We've seen them pull off some miraculous comebacks this year. Can they do it again?
Well, you got to believe. I believe. I know you believe. And they believe. Let's get her going.
Pilgrim Edwards with the dump in with 12:25 to play. Here's Lemieux. Clearing this up to Will Reynolds. Back to Sharkey. Beautiful move by Dawson Sharkey. Gave it to Pilgrim Edwards. There's a floater on net, and it was gloved down by LaSalle with 12:09 to go as Sharkey is into it there with Teo Lemieux.
Let's see if the LaRose, Boulanger, and Danacek line can get them some offense here. Dearly need the next one.
Here's Golicic. Fan on the rim around as LaRose tried to get the puck back from him. Here's Sharkey into Belanger. Out for LaRose. Shot blocked. Gets it again himself. Finds the space, and LaSalle will glove it down.
That's a start. Gonna win a face-off here now. Get some puck control off the face-off.
LaRose to LaBerge. All the way around to Danacek. Belanger in the mix to lay the hit. Now Nobert. Up to Lavigne. Here's Reynolds racing after the puck. Takes it behind his own goal, and now he gets going. Will Reynolds chipping this out. It's Golicic. 11:30 to play. Nobert passed it across. LaRose with a big tie-up. Now Belanger looked over to Danacek, and he just can't get loose as Nobert leads the charge now for the away side. Nobert looking, LaBerge lays the hit. Lavigne, Villeneuve, shot back door and just off the tip of the stick as it's lobbed out by Danacek. LaRose can't get a tip on the puck, and the regiment can't get anything going in this third period.
Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot that we saw in game 2. Trying to get out of their own end. Nobody's moving their feet. Nobody's making decisive decisions, unfortunately. And you got to credit the Armada for putting the pressure on, but still need to make better outlet passes. You got to get guys moving. Like just those flips off the boards. Like Armada hard on the puck set.
Yeah, they've been all over the regiment here in this third period as Generjo takes it in and he hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
Michaud backhands it in deep. As
Well, that's
Vitch will
interference.
draw a call.
Oh. There you go. That's what they call interference, right?
It's time for the regiment power play.
Vitch draws another penalty.
Yeah.
And we know what happened the last time he drew one. The regiment score. This would be a huge goal.
This is the hockey game right here. If they can get one here, they can come back and win this game. If they don't, it might be a little tougher because we're closing in on the halfway mark here. Trailing 3-1.
The regiment will win the face-off. Here's Noah LaBerge looking over to Justin LaRose. Sharkey's down low. Sharkey tried to give it to Belanger. Gosselin blew a tire, and that'll give the regiment the chance to get set again. Here's LaRose holding, looking, waiting. A pass in front, got away, and it's cleared by the Armada. LaBerge over to Danacek. Marek Danacek with the drop pass. Noah LaBerge back to Marek Danacek. Leaves it to LaBerge. LaBerge and Belanger battling hard. It came out to Sharkey. Sharkey steps in. Extra pass to LaRose. His shot is saved by LaSalle and cleared with 9:50 to go in the third period.
I'm looking back door here. Get somebody open and go to the back door.
Here's LaRose stopping and settling it down. Now LaBerge, LaRose to Marek Danacek. Tried to give it back to LaRose and it's cleared again. 50 seconds to go on the Regiment power play. As Quinn Norman in the second unit get it going now. Here's Norman. Passes off for Ben Vitch. He's got some speed. Vitch is in and a save, and oh my goodness! He's going to the box for goaltender interference. And now Michaud involved in a little tie-up here in front of the net with Elliot Dubé.
Well, nothing good can come of this.
Well, multiple tie-ups going on here as Michaud still trying to get at Dubé. It seems like cooler heads will prevail, so it's going to be 4-on-4 hockey for 28 seconds. So Dubé is going as well, and Michaud. Here's a look at it right here. There's a better look at it, and yeah, the goalie interference ones are always a tough one to take as a player. It's just like a trip. Just trying to reach for the puck, just trying to get to the front of the net and colliding with LaSalle. Luckily, LaSalle and Vitch are both okay, and that's all that matters here.
Yeah, well, that's a collision. He's at full speed. He knows better. He's not going in there trying, I don't think, he's not going in there trying to knock the goalie silly. He's hoping that the puck drops down and somebody can whack it home, obviously, but that kind of shoots yourself in the foot there, too. So the power play is essentially over. 28 seconds. The Armada will go in their fourth opportunity of the game, leading 3-1. Well, Forsyth here is massive. They cannot give up another goal here.
Penalties to the Regiment.
Face off one, out to the point by Gill.
To number 95, Alexis Michaud, 2 minutes.
Pass over to Jean Arjot, and he keeps the puck moving. As the Armada maintain nice possession here. Gosselin to Gill, shot up over the blocker of Deneau. That was close.
Yeah, they've had a lot of really, really close shots. They rifle the puck from everywhere, Seth. And they got some guys that can really bring it. So this is a huge kill one more time. They're 0 for 3 so far, so the penalty killing has been really good.
Here's Carbonneau. Moves that across. Reynolds in there battling with Zonin. Zonin will lift it out to Desjardins. Dumps it in. Weird bounce off the boards and out for Perron. Perron will send this down the ice. Villeneuve will collect. Villeneuve drops it all the way back to Zonin. Zonin takes it in. Gave that back to Desjardins. Zonin out to Villeneuve. Villeneuve over to Desjardins. Rink wide for Carbonneau. Back to Villeneuve. Carbonneau winds up and shoots. Big save by Deneau and an even bigger clearance by Emile Perron.
35 seconds left in Ben Vitch's goaltender interference minor. 7:40 left in regulation time.
Villeneuve took it in, lost it. Sharkey will send it down, and it took a bounce. Lascelles was out of his net. Pilgrim Edwards didn't have a good angle to get a shot off there.
Well, he's been the hardest working regiment player here in this game tonight.
Yeah. Oh, off the pike from Nobert. As Villeneuve gets it over to Gill. 3 seconds left on the Ben Vitch penalty. Villeneuve works it down low. A pass in front to Zonin. And he couldn't quite get the shot off as Vitch joins the play. Here's Mathieu spinning loose. A chip off the boards around and couldn't find anybody there. Now Bill Zonin out to the point to Golicic. His shot blocked on its way to the net. The regiment will pick it up. Here's Pilgrim Edwards. Up to Vitch, just out of reach. Back in to Carbonneau. Now it's Noah Laberge. Over to Mathieu. Mathieu to Bélanger. Louis-François Bélanger moving his way in and offsides against the regiment there. With 6:30 to go in our final timeout of the third period, the regiment in hopes of a miracle.
Well, they're going to need one, down by a pair with 6.5 to go, but the good news is tomorrow is a new day. This game is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination. And nobody said it was going to be easy, and it hasn't been. But it's been tight, but I'll tell you, in all honesty, Louis been sensational, but I mean, this score could be 6 or 7. I mean, the pucks that just missed, and then they've hit the crossbar in a goalpost here in the third. That would be 2 more, and then there was another couple that they just whipped from different angles, and they came precariously close to going in. So.
Laberge to Mathieu. Fan on the dump in. It's Collard who gets brought down by him. As this goes up to Gosselin. Back to Laberge. Laberge attempting to keep it in. Ryan Dwyer in there to tie up the stick. Now it's Gosselin who will get the clear. Here's Michaud. Turning, gave it back to Dwyer. Ryan Dwyer lost it. It's Gosselin. Moves it back to Collard. Collard's shot tipped up and out of play. Now we'll get our timeout here with 5:56 to go in the third.
Well, you hear a pin dropping here now. That third goal really took the crowd a little bit, and then the inability to score, to get within one on their power play, and then to take one during that. It's just a few little things that are off here tonight, but got to regroup and come back.
Fans, tonight's jackpot in the 50-50 draw is worth $36,000.
I mean, it's a best-of-5 series. We're tied at 1-1, so this is only one game. Sure, it'd be nice to be leading, or, you know, they still might come back and win the game, but if they don't, they got to be up early tomorrow, right back at it, so there's no time to pout or feel bad for yourself. You got to regroup, get ready to go again. And anything's possible.
Return tomorrow night to keep our playoff hopes alive. So get your tickets now at tickets.nlregiment.com.
Well, the game is not over,
no,
but
not
it's
at
really
all.
it's really getting close as the regiment.
Yeah, I mean that's it, time-wise and that. But I think they kind of let Lascelles off the hook a little bit, though. He hasn't really had that busy a night. And he didn't look all that sharp early set, which is the regiment couldn't fly outside of Sharkey's goal. There hasn't really been any other glorious scoring chances for Newfoundland.
And a couple of tough breaks in a first period of inches. Noah Laberge was literally one sweep for making it 1-0 regiment, and then the Armada goal was just a tip in front of the net.
Well, the game of inches.
It was a close first period that could have went either way, and then that goal at the end of the second really was the difference maker in this game.
Well, obviously the Armada, one of the top teams in the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League, they're a smart hockey club, and they're getting on the regiment defensemen and not allowing them clean outlets.
Reynolds.
Bang, there you go.
Tried to give that to Danicek. Here's Emil Perron. Back to Danicek, up to LaRose. Icing waved off as Lasselle pushed it. Lemieux couldn't clear. Now it's Bélanger. Battling hard with Teifer. It's Dubé who will work it out. And now Lemieux. It's a flip into the zone as Deneau left that for Emil Perron. Perron settles it down and gave that to LaRose. Cross ice now to Reynolds. Reynolds steamrolling in. Gorgeous pass to Bélanger, broken up by Zonin. Here's Lemieux all the way around for Gill. Back to Zonin. Across for Carbonneau. Carbonneau dancing his way in. Dumps it in deep. It's Perron who attempts to push this out. Zonin. Pass in front to Carbonneau. Shoots just high and wide. And this will roll around. It's Lemieux who will chase after this puck. He gets it behind his own net. Gave that across, and holding on to it is Gill. Over to Zonin. Bill Zonin with 4:30 to go. Put one on net for Deneau to turn away. Out to the point to Gill. His shot gloved down by Deneau with 4:23 to play.
Well, they're winning all those battles, the Armada are, and so you got to give them credit for it. Leading 3-1 with 4:23 left here in Game 3. Game 4 tomorrow night here at the Mary Brown Center at 7 o'clock on Flow Sports, FloHockey, and Mixler.com/Newfoundland Regiment.
Noah LaBerge up to Vitch. Ben Vitch brings it in. Takes in and gives that to Sharkey. Sharkey kept it moving, and it's Gauguin who went in to get that. Now Norbert bringing it up the other way for the Armada. His shot just whistled wide of the net. Now it's a 2-on-2 with LaBerge hustling hard to join the rush. Vitch to LaBerge, just pushed away. LaBerge around for Gauguin. Tyson Gauguin takes the hit. Now Golicic. All the way around the boards, it's Alexis Mathieu who tries to keep it in the zone. Golicic now turning away. Up to Norbert. Norbert at the red line will flip this in. Deneau left that for Mathieu. Left behind to LaBerge. Noah LaBerge has it behind his own net. Up to Michaud. Michaud flipping that into Marmalak. Marmalak chasing after it as Teifer has it and flips it out to center. And that is going to go the full length for an icing call with 3:08 left to go in the third period.
Well, somebody show some urgency here.
Well, I'm telling you, one goal, and this building is back in it, and this team is back in it. We saw it against Moncton about a month ago when the regiment just scored one. It brought this building back to life in the last minute of the game, and they turned it around. So can they do it again here tonight? And this is not a good start, as Generjo will dump it in deep. Danicek pinning Lemieux up against the boards as he tries to kick it loose. We know he's from Czechia, which has a lot of gifted soccer players. And he was using his soccer skills there. As LaRose attempted to clear, he's going to retrieve it himself and make a gorgeous pass to Danicek, but he kicked it too far ahead of himself as Justin Carbonneau battles with Justin LaRose. LaRose losing his stick, and that's a gorgeous pass by Justin Carbonneau. That was unbelievable.
Oh, was it ever? That was a hockey play and a half. What a goal set up by Justin Carbonneau to make it 4-1. If there was any doubt, there no longer is. That was unbelievable. Wow. Even being whacked at, LaRose loses his stick. Carbonneau still with the no-look behind the pass to Desjardins, and Louis-Antoine Deneau had no goaltender was going to stop that puck on that particular passing play. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was a really nice play.
That was beautiful, man. Give credit to this. We love the game of hockey.
Yeah, that was
got to give them credit when they're due, and they're due.
That was a great play. Here's Dawson Sharkey. Takes it in, and he just can't break in here with 2:17 to go. Well, the Armada are going to go back to the hotel with a 2-1 lead here tonight in the series.
Yeah. Well, we had a good crowd here tonight, and for the most part, things were looking pretty good. I mean, if they don't give up that late goal in the second, I think that sapped a lot of the energy, and it just seemed at that time that after they had scored, they were starting to feel good about themselves, and they had some ozone time. And then, of course, the poor clearing attempt in their own zone, another turnover from the back end, and bang, the puck was in the net with only 9 seconds left in the second period.
And the Regiment are going to call a timeout.
But like I said, tomorrow's a new day. You can, once this one's over, you got to flush it, forget about it, and get ready, go back to battle tomorrow.
Well, the saying from the start of the year coming back now, be a goldfish. When you go home tonight, whether you're going home in the shuttle with Raj or Jim Hare or Jack Dwyer, the message should be a goldfish and reset for tomorrow night's matchup. Because it's a new day and there's a reason why it's a 7-game series.
That's right. Well, my shuttle better be a quiet one, that's all I can say. Because I'll know if it's quiet that this hurts, and it should hurt somewhat, but then you got to flush.
Goalie out for the Regiment with 2:17 to play.
Well, stranger things have happened.
I mean, even if the Regiment can get one here in these last couple of minutes just to say, hey, we're right here, we're not going away, that'd be big for their confidence as well heading into tomorrow if they can get one more. As Generjo works hard to get it back, the Regiment will gather themselves here. It's Dawson Sharkey. Throws that in. Oh my goodness. He's going for it. Will it go? And it goes just wide of the net. Oh, LaSalle almost had a goalie goal.
That would have added insult to injury.
Oh my goodness. I mean, if Carbonneau's pass wasn't nice enough there, as LaRose took a hard shot, the Armada not liking that very much.
Well, it's a gutsy call by Gord Dwyer to pull the goaltender here with 2 and change left. And the Regiment got a little puck luck to keep it from being 5-1.
Looked like the coaching staff of the Armada thought the Regiment had 6 players out there because Danacek was all the way over here. As that's sent in, LaSalle gave that to Teifer. Here's Michaud. Gets pinned up by Teifer. Danacek just couldn't keep it in. As Noah Laberge will bring it back into his own end. Laberge over to Pilgrim Edwards. Pilgrim Edwards with a pop-up in the air. Deneau waiting to be called to the bench, and now he's going to go as Michaud. He gets it. Here's LaRose. Back to Michaud. In front for Vitch. Fan on it. Another try. Hit the cage of Teifer, and it came back to LaBerge. Couple good looks for the Regiment. Danacek isn't done. Beauty move and a stop by LaSalle. And now it's starting to boil over here. Michaud and Filage throwing punches. And look at this. reaching around the linesman to go at each other as we got a pile up of bodies down low.
Watch out for skates down there. This is dangerous.
47.5 seconds to go in the third period. And the fur is flying at the Mary Brown Center as Pilgrim Edwards and Danicek taking on a 2v1 up against the boards. Pilgrim Edwards getting some good punches in there. LaRose and Gosselin tied up. As, oh my goodness, Lemieux just fell on a stick. And he's okay as Gosselin and LaRose still going at each other. And down goes Gosselin as LaRose takes him down. And LaBerge sends a helmet all the way down the ice. Pilgrim Edwards heading down the tunnel. LaRose, the captain, still into it with Gosselin, and now it looks like things are going to cool down here. Gosselin heading down the tunnel. Looks like LaRose going to get sent down the tunnel.
Well, this does absolutely nothing to make things any better. Well, at least they didn't go home unemotional. No. That's what happens when two teams get together and there's so much on the line, and obviously you gain more and more dislike as the series goes along, and this is a best of 5 now. And the Armada are going to, unless we see an absolute hockey miracle, going to take a 2-1 lead in this best of 7 affair. Get a look at Danicek trying to get them within 2. And that was the only actual play he had because both of his line mates were tied up going to the front of the net. The one thing about the Armada set that makes them so dangerous is they find ways for their forwards to disappear. Like, you know what I'm seeing what we were talking about earlier. Possibly. Nevertheless, forget about it now in another half an hour.
Yeah, just got to flush this game down the drain and restart tomorrow. OU lays the hit on Vitch. Big hit by Liam Arsenault. He's not going to give up until the buzzer here as this comes out to the point for Emile Perron. Cleared out by the Armada. It's Girard. who got hit by Grenier. Gerard to Emile Perron. Regiment not going to quit in their own building and let the clock drain here, as it's Liam Arsenault who backhands it in, takes a massive hit there on the boards, and now this is going to draw a crowd. Ryan Dwyer with the takedown as he takes on Beaulieu, as those two battle on the boards, and look at these punches. Beaulieu's helmet is off, so is Dwyer's. The two going at each other here, and Dwyer will bring down Beaulieu to the ice.
Well, they're not, like you said, they're not going to back down, but realistically, you know, you don't want anybody getting suspended or guys getting missing tomorrow night's game, but you got to stick up for yourself, and that's what Dwyer and Arsenault were doing. There's been some cheap shots in the hockey game. That's all part and parcel of the Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League. They're younger and energetic, and it's a little frenetic at times, so you're not quite sure what you're going to see, but we almost got out of it. But I love the you know, the battle, the warrior aspect of it when you're taking care of business for your team.
So now the officials got even more to discuss here. The longest last 40 seconds in QMJHL history.
Yeah,
here tonight.
Pretty much, hey? 5.1 seconds left.
As both teams trying to show a little emotion here at the end of the game. As the frustrations of the Regiment boiling over.
Regiment will need 100% emotion tomorrow, for sure. And I'm sure that's what they're going to get. So Langell and Hopkins trying to figure out what's what here.
So 5.1 seconds to go in Game 3 of the QMJHL second round playoff between the Regiment and the Armada. And look at how short their benches are now. Everybody getting sent down the tunnel.
Okay, guys, so let's just drop the puck here. 5.1, and see you tomorrow. It's going to be a power play for the Armada. Here's it, Ryan Dwyer doing the extra 2. And I'm not even going to waste my time looking at that score sheet. It's all irrelevant now anyways.
Face-off won by the Regiment, and the Blainville-Boisbriand Armada will take the series lead in Game 3 here tonight with a 4-1 victory over the Newfoundland Regiment here tonight.
Yep. Well, they were full marks for it. They were the better team in pretty well every facet of this hockey game, and if it weren't for the goalposts and crossbars, there might have been a few more. But Louis-Antoine Deneau clearly was the best Regiment player on the ice. And, you know, you need the big guy back there to keep the biscuit out of the basket, but you need the team in front of him to play better in front of him. He kept them in as long as he could. And that's back-to-back games. And, of course, the Armada hadn't played in 8 days either set prior to Game 1, and that's not to diminish what the Regiment did, because that was a fantastic effort and a 4-1 victory. But you saw the Armada start to get their legs from both the mid-second period in Game 2, and then tonight they basically ran this in this hockey game, and let's give them credit. They deserve the victory, and they got it. But the Regiment will bounce back tomorrow. You know, they pretty much have to, and I'm sure to a man they will. So just flush it here tonight and come back ready to play tomorrow.
Well, we hear Frank Sinatra ringing out here.
You got your wish.
Sigma's hardest working player award of the Newfoundland Regiment.
That's life.
41, Marek Danacek.
Marek Danacek, the hardest worker here tonight. Almost had the goal of the century. Well, you can see pretty lifeless here. I mean, you can't blame him. And that's on.